Oh yeah, baby, it's time once again for another episode of This Old Outboard.
So I went to Walmart yesterday to get some spaghetti teas. You know, some people call them the wife beaters. Because every time you see old redneck on the news beating his wife, he's got on the spaghetti tee. And man, the shelves were cleaned out. I'm like, we having a shortage, underwear shortage? What the hell is going on? So I ended up with this $4.60 something cent rag. But it's just getting hot, man, getting hot. Yeah, gotta keep my man boobs covered up. Alright, head down to the boat. Alright, down here at the Starcraft. Look at, I had all these damn channels cleaned out and they're clogged up again. Not a biggie, but I wanted to check this front, which is going to be my casting deck area from here to here, you know. And of course, to get down here, can't find a damn tape measure. all the friggin' tape measures I have, and not one of them's in the van. And I didn't see one laying around. Anyway, got my trusty level here, and it's 4 foot. So I'm looking at just about 4 foot. Actually, a little more than 4 feet. 4 feet 6, something like that. And then crossed, we'll just call it 5.5. So what I'm thinking is the leftover wood from the transom might just all fit up in here. Anyway, this piece is only 1/2 inch, and that's what I'm going to put in here on the floor. The lighter, the better. And you can see 1/2 inch, man. This ain't flexing, it ain't going nowhere. So 1/2 inch on the floor, and then I use that 3/4 inch up there. If I got enough, I think I do. I'm gonna go home, measure it out, and see what I got. Alright, so there's an easy 4 feet. And I think I said 4.5 total length. But then 5.5 at the end. So we're at the widest. So these two here, 3 feet, should cover the front. Then I'll just need the back, except, this is too short. This is 4 feet. Just have to take it down there and place it in, and you know, I didn't get exact, you know, how wide, you know, how far 4 feet comes back and blah blah blah, but it'll get me halfway there, I think. So the plan is, let me say the plan was, let me back up on what happened last time. I got to Home Depot. They're still out. I just came back from there today. All out of the small cans of resin. I really wanted to resin these two pieces together. And then, you know, they're out of the small cans. I didn't want to drop 40 bucks on a big can. Plus, I knew I had some left over from when I did that hole on the bottom of the sea dart. So I wasn't sure how much I had, blah, 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 blah. Then I had the Tight Bond glue in my hand. And I'm like, do I really want to glue this thing? Let me see if they get any more resin in stock. So I put the glue back, came home, found that tube of stuff that I had bought. I don't even remember when I bought it. It wasn't that long ago. And I said, let me just try this. I'll just, you know, put it on like you do any other kind of caulk or sealant. And man, I started squeezing that stuff out, and it was actually soft to the touch. I don't know why it was so hard to get that crap out of there. Maybe it started getting hard down at the bottom. I still got, you know, a bunch left in that tube. So in my brain, I'm thinking, shit, you know, I get started on something, I don't want to stop. So I said, let me squeeze this out. You know, if I had only had a trowel, like I said, then it was so thick, thank God I had the bottle of alcohol, thinned it down, put it on pretty good and thick though. So it should be fine. But the rest of the plan is to do all the sides and top and bottom and seams, a little bit of resin, and the back side, one coat of resin. I gotta get these screws out too. One coat of resin, paint it down good. You know, I'm not doing cloth, like I said too, the cloth, resin and cloth, these things will start building up, getting thicker. And you know, right now it slides in perfect. I don't want to be sanding the hell out of it. Just throw a layer of resin on it, seal up the ends, because this is going to be the part, if it's going to, you know, get bad, it's going to leak in here. So here's the stuff I had left over. Man, this thing is practically full. I went this morning, I picked up more hardener because I wasn't even sure this was in there, a little bit in there. And a few little brushes, a couple measuring cups. And, I mean, you know, stuff adds up fast. Anyway, they were still out of the small cans. And I'm like, why are they, what's the big deal? Same with the t-shirts. Is there a shortage of resin and t-shirts? Why are they out? Which, like, you know, was fine because I had this. I've got this thing jacked up so the top is level. I can pour it, you know, fill that big gap without it running out the end. But you can see that big gap. And I only have, you know, I'm going to fill the whole thing, but it's only to about where I need to cut it, you know. But fill this up, put a quick layer on here, and work my way down depending on how much I got mixed. And I'm going to mix it hot, so it'll, you know, set up quick. And I'm drizzling it in off the corner of the brush. And my fiberglass is starting to jelly up. But yeah, that was a pretty good time. I didn't waste too much there. See it gelling up. Show you what it looks like up there. I don't know if you can see how, you know, pretty good sized void, because I kept drizzling it in and drizzling it in. And there's no runoff or anything on the other side. And it just kept filling up and filling up and filling up. That's the kind of crap where you're going to have a problem. Anyway, it looks good, baby. You can see here where I missed some of my, when I sanded, I missed some of the glue, the sealant that came squeezing out. Looked like I got it all, but I missed a little bit. But hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Big hole right there. You know, I'll have to turn this baby over and fill that up. So as this was gelling all up, I just smooshed some in that hole right there. And that other hole that was down here, right there. Just smooshed a little in there. I'll go over it again. While that's setting up, I've got the water pump parts for the 40. All that stuff is in. All those parts I ordered came in. The gasket and seal, the Oring seal. So I'm going to put them in here. I'm just going to throw a little soap and water on them and Let them soak a little bit, get them cleaned up, and get ready to put it back. Well, I just heard a big clack of thunder back over that way. So I'm gonna go check the radar, see what the hell is going on. Yep, I just checked the radar. We've got maybe 30 minutes before we get whacked. So she's getting tacky, but I got it. Yeah, this paintbrush is hard now, but I just have a funny feeling that I didn't do a good job mixing it. You know, I mixed it with the paintbrush, and really got to mix this stuff good. I'm going to put it in the shed, let it set up, see if anything changes, clean up, and I guess go sit in the air conditioning while it rains. I just put another coat on here. When I took it out this morning, it was sticky, and either the humidity is just too high, or like I said, I don't think I mixed it well enough the first time around. And when I did mix it, I used the paintbrush to mix it with. So the paintbrush actually held a lot in it that didn't get the hardener mixed in it. So this coat, I made sure it's going to be a hot coat. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Before I couldn't stick this would have just stuck. You know, would have had to get, that's how sticky it was. So it's still curing up, but that's much better. And I cleaned it with acetone before I put the second coat on, wiped it down real good. Alright, so I've whipped up 4 ounces, 40 drops of hardener, and threw a little in there for the hell of it. And make sure it mixed up good. I hope 4 ounces is going to stretch over this damn thing. And I had sanded this. It's pretty rough sandpaper on there too. Alright, I think that's mixed. Pour a little bit out. Get my brush wet. My roller, I should say. Alright, that's the first and maybe the only coat. I probably should have filled those screw holes up first. I mean, it's in there, but not all the way up to the top. Come on. So, let me show you up here what's going on. Now you see the top of that, it's wide and flat, and you got the little hole right here. Now how in the hell this has to come off to get the... Oh man. Let me get this zip tie off and see what's going on under there. Gently. what's going on here? This thing, is this thing broken or it's kind of weird looking? There's a man, it's corroded. Now, how in the heck is this supposed to come off? I gotta take this whole thing out the other way? Oh man, I don't like that at all. Yeah, there it is, right there, screwed in. So what I'm gonna have to do, and this is the same crap I went through on that 70 horse when I changed the gear case. What I originally did was screwed it in, counted how many turns to screw it in, then screwed it back out to that number of turns on the old gear case that was replaced. That's what I did with the new ones. Tried to match it to the old one, and it was way off and everything that happened, you know. Pain in the butt. So, like I said, this thing's been turned a couple times, but nothing crazy. You know, half turn this way, half turn that way. And there is measurements. It's all in the manuals. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to eyeball this. It comes about the line right there. It comes right on that line. And I'm going to count my turns. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 turns. So when I put it back in, do it 10 turns in. I knew this was gonna have to go this way. Anyway, this is where it was leaking the oil. You could see it was dripping out the front here. No matter where I had this thing, you know, if it was leaning forward, it was dripping out the front. So I gotta knock this, man, this doesn't look good to me. I gotta knock the bushing out. And you can see this thing's corroded and it looks like somebody beat on it and, you know, beat the hell out of it. And then put the new O-ring in and tap it back in. Holy moly macaroni. Doesn't look like any fun. But I'm going to do it. Now looking down in there, you can't see that old O-ring in there. It should be protruding a little bit. Now if this screws up, I'm screwed. So this will crap off. And you see the backside. How in the hell am I going to get in there and knock this thing out? That's why this thing is all busted up. Plus it's corroded. You know, there's no way to tap it out from underneath. So alright, figure out what the hell I'm doing here.
Oh yeah, baby, you know the channel. Don't forget to subscribe.